Just a quick note at the beginning of the video. Unfortunately, my input display was not working during this segment as well as the next two videos, so I've added clips of the important tricks at the end of the video with my input display actually working. So if you want to see that, wait till the end of the video and check it out. Here's the rest of the video. Okay, this is part 6 of the All Skills tutorial. Last time I said it was part 6, but that was an accident. It was actually part 5. Last time we learned how to go to Shade Soul using some lever skips that are because of the new nail art we picked up, /. This time we're going to go through Soul Sanctum up until Soul Master and picking up Desolate Dive. First things first, once again, ignore my geo counter. It's just because debug mod is bugged with constantly loading save states. So after you kill the Soul Twister and get to Shade Soul, you should have anywhere between, I'd say, 25 to 50 geo. The exact amounts aren't too important here because we'll pick up any extra we need later. After that, you lever skip into Shade Soul, pick up some extra soul from a soul vial here, which I will give myself now. And you should have roughly 5 to 6 hits of soul if you did the fast kill on the Soul Twister. This is important because of a Soul Warrior fight coming up. After that, you're going to end up about here, picking up Shade Soul. Once you've picked that up, you are going to dash over here, inventory drop, and then head down the elevator. Entering Soul Sanctum, primarily at the beginning, it is just dashing. Head up this elevator. Once you reach the top, you can choose to send this elevator down if you'd like, or you can leave it. This one particular elevator is short enough where there isn't a big time difference. All of the other ones you're going to want to send down. For the most part, though, you see players send this one down too, just for sake of consistency. Now, here, you're going to hit the lever for the elevator and then hold down your nail button, like so. The reason for this is we want to do a lever skip up above while the elevator is going up. So we just hold down our nail so we don't accidentally hit the elevator switch again while moving up. So that'll look like this. So as soon as you see the lever, you're going to hit it through the wall and then send this elevator down because it's pretty long. That'll open up this door and allow you to fight the Soul Warrior. This allows us to A, skip this center area, which has Soul Twisters that can get in your way. And B, we get to fight this Soul Warrior to get some more geo, getting us closer to the 300 required to buy King Station, and it also makes our exit faster later. So this gate's going to open. I'm going to reset the room now so I can make a save state without the door closing on me. And then I will discuss how to do the the Soul Warrior fight quickly. Alright, so the Soul Warrior will spawn as soon as you reach this tick mark on the ground. So you can see there's 1, 2. So this second tick mark in the middle here is the spot where the Soul Warrior spawns, like so. It takes 4 fireball hits and 4 nail hits in order to kill the Soul Warrior. So our goal is, as it spawns, we are going to attempt to hit it once, dash to the left, and then hit it to the right. If we do that properly, we can then shoot 2 fireballs, and they should both double hit. If they do, that means that there's only 2 nail hits left to kill it, which is basically the fastest you can kill it with the incoming soul you have, and is relatively safe as well. So I'm going to try to show that off and then talk about little things I think about during that. So it looks just like that. You're going to want to pick up most of this geo when exiting, but If you miss like one, like I did, it's not such a big deal. So let's break that down a little bit. So I start by dashing in, and then I dash past this point and immediately do an up slash like this, because I know it spawns right above me. Also, the higher you enter the spawn point, the higher the Soul Warrior will spawn. So there's no point in trying to like jump above it, because then it'll spawn like in the ceiling. So make sure you stay grounded as you spawn it, and then do a little jump up slash and immediately dash to the left. As soon as I do that, I try to space myself as far away as possible where my nail will still hit. And that's because we want to be as far away as possible for our 2 fireballs to double hit. So I paused a little late, so this might cause a problem. But as soon as you get the nail hit, pushing it to the right, you want to delay your fireball just the tiniest bit until the Soul Warrior starts walking. Because of the distance we're at, the AI almost always walks backwards. And this is what allows the fireballs to double hit. Is it has some backwards momentum, so it'll get pushed into the multiple hits. So if you're not getting the first double hit, it's probably because you're not waiting long enough for the Soul Warrior to start walking backwards. The second it does, though, you're just going to want to shoot your 2 fireballs as fast as possible. So there I ended up getting it anyways because it didn't decide to teleport. But in general, you need to be a little bit faster than that with shooting your fireballs. So that's the Soul Warrior fight. If you happen to shoot your fireball too early, or you don't get both double hits, then the strat is to just get the extra hits you need. So that's going to be 2 more, and then shoot another fireball. That way you prevent any extra time loss. Like that. So I purposefully shot the first fireball too early, so it only single hit the Soul Warrior. So if that happens, if you get good RNG, you still won't lose too much time, but sometimes the Soul Warrior can be a bit annoying and get in your way. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly reset this room. I don't know if the Soul Warrior respawns with save states. So this next room has an unfortunate bit of RNG that is 1 Soul Twister that can teleport in your way. I'm going to show you the optimal way to go through this room first. If you're a beginner starting out and you're worried about your health in this split, I'd say just get the soul and then shoot a fireball to kill the Soul Twister. It'll make the whole rest of the split a lot safer, and it gets you some extra geo, which will make routing later a bit easier. If you're trying to go as fast as possible, you're just going to have to take the damage and keep going. So this is the optimal way to go through the room. I don't know if the Soul Twister will teleport in front of me at all. And you want to try to leave this room with at least 5 hits of soul. Now, first things first, the reason why we go up and around rather than hitting the lever through the wall is actually because waiting for the door opening animation is slower than going around. Secondly, if those wall jumps prove to be a little finicky for you, you can instead do this, which is just a tiny bit slower. You can get yourself up on the platform and then jump up the normal way. Yeah, so if this happens, I recommend just killing the Soul Warrior, because your health, especially if you're beginning, can be pretty precious in this split. As you enter this room, you're going to begin charging your nail art. You can do it as you go through the transition. And the reason is we're going to lever skip right here. This allows us to skip this room below, which has 3 Soul Twisters in it, and it's just awful. So it's very nice that we can skip it. If you got 5 hits of soul in the last room, you're going to lever skip and then go down and grab this soul vial. This is because we want at least 7 hits of soul going into the Soul Master fight. I'll explain why that is once we get there. So that'll just look like this. Oops. Generally, you don't want a wall cling there, but that's basically it. If you did come in with 7 hits of soul already, because you got the Soul Master fast strat and saved some soul, then you don't need to worry about getting that soul vial. You can go for a wall cling storage and do like an optimal dash through there. Okay. So as you enter the Soul Master fight, we are actually going to ignore these soul vials. And the reason is we're going to save them for later, because we are going to shoot a Shade Soul through here that will collect all of this soul for us. This effectively allows us to start the fight with about 5 fireballs worth of soul, which is a big difference. You're going to enter the fight and stand anywhere to the left of this spike here, but I typically line myself up right here, or actually a little bit further to the left sometimes. I line it up by looking at the front horn of the knight relative to this big spike. The reasoning for this is we need Soul Master to spawn on the right side of the arena. Once Soul Master spawns, we're going to try to shoot 2 fireballs, and I'll explain the point of both of those fireballs. So yeah, line yourself up wherever feels comfortable. Okay, that's kind of a bad pause. So Soul Master's going to spawn right here every time. It's consistent. What we want to do is we want to, as soon as we're actionable, dash, jump so we're kind of right under this curve of Soul Master. It's a little tight. Then we want to shoot a fireball to the right. What this will do is it'll hit Soul Master for 1 fireball hit, and it'll break those soul vials to the right of the arena that we just saw. As soon as we do that, we want to shoot a fireball immediately to the left. So this is a pretty tight turnaround for it to still hit. I'll go over a easier beginner strat after I go through the harder strat. The reasoning for that fireball is it'll hit Soul Master once, and then if we get good RNG, Soul Master will teleport to the left side of the arena, getting hit a second time by the fireball. Now, it takes 7 fireball hits, or 6 fireball hits and 7 nail hits, but ideally you want 7 fireball hits to kill Soul Master. So, if we do this strat perfectly, we'll get 3 hits right off the bat, and then we're basically just spamming fireballs for the rest of the fight until Soul Master dies. So it optimizes it a lot. With perfect RNG, this fight becomes like 5 seconds. So I'm going to try and execute it here. We'll see how it goes with this pause. Last time I tried this, it lengthened the scream for some strange reason. So that was the strat. Unfortunately, I got poor RNG. Generally, you never want to see dives in this fight at all. So I didn't get a double hit. For the most part, the rest of this fight is just reacting to attacks appropriately. I'm going to go over each attack as I see them. So first of all, the dive attack. This is the worst attack, and you basically just need to get out of the way. You can hit Soul Master once on the way down. Other than that, you just have to deal with it. Secondly, you can see we just got the soul from those soul vials, bringing us back up to full, which is another 3 fireballs worth. Anytime Soul Master is just floating, or floating and shooting the orbs, you basically just want to do nail into fireball. This will get some nail hits in, which could end up killing Soul Master, and it'll build your soul for more fireballs. So a couple things there. One, if you do that, try to position yourself behind Soul Master so you can potentially get lucky with double hits. Secondly, you saw me eventually stagger Soulmaster. When that happens, you want to, if you're fast enough, you can dash under and get one hit without waking up Soulmaster. Then you want to get to the opposite side of Soulmaster and once again shoot a fireball in the hopes that you get a double hit. When you do it out of a stagger, you're almost guaranteed to get a double hit. And then that's the fight. If you have any extra soul, you can heal here. You won't really need the soul for the next phase. I'm going to do this a couple more times. I'm going to talk about the beginner strat now for phase 1, and then we'll move on to phase 2. The only 2 attacks we didn't see there were, I mean, the orb attack is basically just like floating in the air, although we did see the orb attack once. So the ones we didn't see were the dash attack and the one where the orbs are going around in a circle. These are both really good attacks to see, which unfortunately we didn't, because it's very easy to get double hits when you see those attacks. So let's try this again as I talk about the slightly easier beginning strat, and hopefully I can talk about those attacks. So once again, leave these soul vials, trigger the fight, and stand where you'd like. So for the beginner strat, I would just say dash under Soulmaster and do a jump fireball to the right. That'll still get you the soul from the soul vials, and you won't have to worry about getting the tight turnaround and potentially missing your fireball. So as soon as you shoot your first fireball, you can start doing some nail swings and maybe going for a jump fireball to the left. So once again, I staggered and then shot a fireball to get a double hit. Okay. So that was the Soulmaster fight with the beginner strat. I'm gonna do the fight one more time and see if I can get some of the other attacks to talk about them. This fight I'll probably just try to do normally, and if I see those attacks, I'll just mention it after the fact. So once again, the beginner strat, just jump. So here, that was the orb attack that I was talking about. And as you can see, that was pretty optimal RNG because I was able to kill Soulmaster immediately. If Soulmaster does that attack, just make sure you safely, without getting hit, get yourself over here and then jump and shoot all your souls worth of fireballs. Because every fireball you shoot will double hit. So if you got any fireballs at the beginning, Soulmaster will just die. It's unfortunate if Soulmaster staggers in the middle, but luckily it was just enough fireball hits to kill in this case. We didn't see the walking attack on the ground, but the premise is basically the same. Simply get to the other side of Soulmaster and then shoot fireballs to get free double hits. So here, Soulmaster's going to start screaming, and as soon as you see the screen almost entirely white, you want to jump. And that way you are lined up on top of the Desolate Dive pickup as soon as it spawns. The correct place to stand for it is actually the same place we lined up for at the beginning. So about right in the middle of the arena, right by those spikes. So it's mostly white, and then you jump to pick it up as soon as possible. So phase 2. As soon as the phase starts, you can either regular fall or inventory drop. They're both the same. But I'm just going to do this twice. I'm going to talk about the advanced strat once and then the easier strat once. So for the advanced strat, you're going to first just want to move yourself to one side. The first time Soulmaster spawns in, he is invulnerable. You cannot hit him. So For that first dive attack, you're just going to dash out of the way. After that, I'm going to try to show off the optimal way to get hits in and collect soul. Alright, so unfortunately I messed it up, so this will transition into talking about the beginner strat. But that's the soul collection method you want to use if you're going for the advanced strat. Is you jump up as he's first spawning in, and then you want to jump up and do a relatively early second nail hit, just moving yourself slightly out of the way of the dive. And if you do this properly, you should get 6 hits of soul as you walk Soulmaster over to the right side of the arena. As soon as you get your 6th hit, you want to dash and get up to the height of where Soulmaster spawns. And the reason for this is the minimum number of dives that Soulmaster can do, where you are able to hit Soulmaster, is 3. So if Soulmaster doesn't do another dive, you can just fall down and shoot 2 fireballs, which will kill Soulmaster. It takes 2 fireballs and 6 nail hits in order to get a kill. If Soulmaster decides to do another dive, you're going to tank 1 damage hit and then just mash out 2 fireballs, which will also immediately kill it. So it's 1 damage tank, but it removes any RNG of extra dives, which typically lose you time. The beginner strat is to just keep safely collecting soul until Soulmaster decides to stand still and shoot orbs. After that, you just want to get enough soul to shoot your 2 fireballs. Once again, I'll have to redo phase 1 because there's no way to start from phase 2, and then I will try to hit the advanced strat again. So we'll do this one more time. Nice. So there we got the proper double hits. And then, okay. That was an unfortunate stagger because a double hit there would have killed Soulmaster. But once again, there's the advanced strat with the turnaround fireballs. Then you line yourself up and jump at the correct time, which is the basically all white screen. Alright, so that was basically the fast strat. I got 1 fake dive at the end, which is basically the only form of bad RNG you can get there, but that's essentially the fast strat. Is if there's no fake dive there, you just position yourself at the top, and in this case I got good RNG, so I didn't even have to do the damage tank, but if Soulmaster goes for another dive, you damage tank and do 2 fireballs. If you need to see a clip of this, ask for it in the Discord. I'm sure someone can give it to you. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get the RNG to show it off in this tutorial. Then, as soon as dive spawns, you're just going to jump into it. That is the Desolate dive split. So everything in Sanctum up until you get the dive ability, which we're now going to use to get into Crystal Peaks, which will be in the next video.